Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, The Ritual Flow. My name is Jessica. I read cards, charts, and energy. And today's reading, we are getting into a career reading for Aries. If you are an Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, or Midheaven, there's probably some messages here for you. This is a general reading though, so take what resonates, leave what doesn't. And this is timeless as well. So whenever you're seeing it is the right time for you to be seeing it. Let's get into it. So what messages do you have for our Aries people regarding their career, their financial situation, mindset, the work that they're doing? What do they need to know right now? All right, there they go. Okay. I'm feeling we need that one too for some reason. Okay. Let's see what we've got going on here, Aries. So you are either in the process, it looks like you're in the process of making a change, a transition in your career, in the work that you're doing. Or even with your mindset around money. Let's see what else is happening here. It looks like you decided to make this change or are deciding to make this change because you were feeling overburdened, overworked, wherever you were previously, wherever you're walking away from, and you decided to set a clear boundary, to make a change, to cut yourself off from that energy and move on to something else. But you've been having some difficulty feeling abundant since then. It looks like maybe you left this situation, this financial job career situation in a hurry. Like, I mean, that's what this is sort of telling me, that you set a clear boundary. Like, I'm gone. I'm not putting up with this anymore. You've got too much on me. You're not willing to help me carry any of these sticks. You're not willing to lighten my load any. And I know that this is too much for me and that this isn't fair. And I'm going to go somewhere else. I'm not doing this anymore. And since then, or if this is happening now, this is what you're afraid of, or what you're creating with your current energy. You either didn't think it through, or you're thinking about it too much of not having enough in leaving this position that's not willing to work with you, that's not willing to be more fair in the workload that they're giving. And this is hindering your ability to grow. Okay. Yeah, you've been thinking about setting this boundary for a while, and you're just now really like seriously considering doing it. But you're worried about how you're going to support yourself, and worried that there's not going to be enough money if you leave this unbalanced situation. But staying here is keeping you stagnant, is really actually hindering your sense of abundance. You feel like you're not enough when you are unable to bear this workload that's got you stressing. But I'm seeing that this is causing you difficulty in expanding your horizons. Like you've got to get out of this situation and allow yourself space to heal. Allow yourself the opportunity to move on to bigger and better things. But what's hanging you up is needing to change your perspective. It's really this lack mindset, this worry that you, your life, your family, your situation will not be provided for if you leave this behind. So you're either keeping yourself stuck here, or, if you've made the decision, maybe regretting a little bit the rash decision that you made to leave without having something else lined up. But Spirit wants you to know that holding on to that feeling of worry about the future is going to bring you more worry, more regret. It may even put you in a position where you come crawling back to this old situation with your tail between your legs, and you don't want to do that. That's not what's good for your health. That's not what's good for your growth. So it's really important for you to gain a new perspective regarding your finances, regarding your work, regarding the exchange of energy that you get and receive back with your employment. It's important for you to trust in Spirit that if you let go of those feelings of worry about there not being enough, that you will find something that brings you balance in your life. You've been feeling really imbalanced, trying to do all of this work for little return in comparison to how much energy and effort you've been expending. And there's something balanced and more generous that is going to give as much back to you as it's taking from you in your future, as long as you let go of these attachments to your fear about the future. That if you take a perspective of, I know this no longer serves me, what I've been dealing with, and I know that there's something better out there for me, and you move for it without fear, without inhibition, that something will show up for you. That your will and determination to have something better for yourself and not doubting it will manifest it for you. You know, Spirit wants you to know that you're supposed to feel victorious in this situation, that you're supposed to feel happy and healthy and whole in the work that you do. You're not supposed to feel overworked and taken advantage of. That's how you feel. You feel taken advantage of in whatever situation that you've left or considered leaving. And if you allow yourself to let that go, to honor yourself, your own growth and well-being enough to move away from this stuck place, that you'll find a more equitable, a more balanced, more generous situation. There are some employers who will take everything they can manage to get out of their employees and give them the bare minimum legally required back in return. There are some people who will try to circumvent the laws, the rules, to try to, save money and get more work out of people, to the point where, they're trusting that people won't have the guts to, report them and call them out or create a legal issue over it, that they'll just, submit and be victims and slide under the radar. But there are other employers who really want to do right by the people who are working for them, who pay living wages, who manage the time and workload of their employees in such a way that they can remain happy and healthy and productive employees. And when you allow yourself to step away from this situation that is tearing you down, you're going to open yourself up to finding a situation in your work that builds you up. That could take a lot of different forms. I don't know what you do, what you want to do, what's going on, but I've seen a lot of things out there, and there's people on both sides of that dynamic, and all the way in between on the spectrum. So there's definitely something out there that's going to hurt you less to be doing it every day. And Spirit wants you to know that it's okay to ask for more for yourself than to be suffering just to make ends meet. Let's see what the Oracle has to add. Any other messages, Spirit, for our Aries people? We have Earth. We have affluence. And at the bottom we have trust. Okay. I'm getting that from this earth that it's not that you haven't been feeling grounded in your situation. It's that you've been feeling driven into the ground. Way too grounded to where you've been having a hard time seeing how things can be different for you, how you can make things better, how you can move forward and find somewhere else to be that's not going to be a similar sort of situation for you. That you will be able to live a abundant, like an affluent sort of life, to have that energy of feeling like you have enough money, feeling like you have enough energy to do your job and to also do things for yourself, for your family when you come home from it. And Spirit is saying, trust in this. Everyone has access to feeling abundant, to feeling fulfilled, to feeling happy and healthy. Sometimes we run into situations that are contrary to that, but we don't have to stay stuck in them. Spirit wants you to know that you don't have to keep carrying those sticks around, that you don't have to feel like every single penny that they see fit to give you is, detrimental to your well-being, that you can have more than enough. You can have a sense of relief if you allow yourself to move on, that you will find something else, that something else will find you. Final messages. Do you have? Oh, that's interesting. Okay. And there was one at the bottom of the deck too that really stood out here. This is saying to me that perhaps you're feeling this way because of a particular manager or someone who's overseeing your position. For some of you, not all of you, but for some of you, maybe you could come to this person from a vulnerable place about your situation, how you're feeling, and ask for what you want, ask for what you need, ask to set that boundary. And then if they're not willing to help you find a more comfortable situation under their care, then that's your sign that you can definitely go find something better somewhere else. Some of you just need to ask the universe for what you want, and it will start coming to you. Maybe in some situations, maybe if you ask for what you want, if you really like the place that you're working, but there's some supervisor that's really causing you a lot of problems with your workload, maybe when you ask Spirit to help, maybe something happens in the universe and this supervisor moves out of the picture. Maybe they get transferred to another department. Maybe they leave the company and go somewhere else, whether that's of their own volition or otherwise. But being really honest about what's not working for you And what you need moving forward is going to be huge for you. That we have this helping children here. I'm getting a couple different messages from that. For some of you, this involves a profession of helping children. Some of you are in social work. That's a very tough job to have. That's stressful enough on its own. And if someone else within your line of work is making that more difficult for you, that's something that needs to be addressed. Like as I mentioned before, for some of you, it could be other professions helping children too. Maybe like in a daycare, you're a teacher, what have you. I feel like any profession involving children, there's not enough adults to go around. Everyone tends to be spread a little too thin, and there's not enough resources to really give people what they deserve, or at least there should be. That's not the way people have things set up typically, but that's not going to change if people don't ask to be given what they need. If people are willing to accept less, they will receive less. And the other message I was getting from this is that for some of you, this position is creating such a dynamic that you don't have time and energy for your family. You are missing your children grow up because of what's happening in this work situation. And that's not serving you. That's not what you want. And that's going to be a driving force, a driving factor in you pressing forward and moving towards something better for yourself, however you manage to do that, whatever form that's going to take for you and your specific situation. So I am sending you lots of love, and I hope everything turns out for you in your highest good. Thank you for letting me read for you, Aries. Please like if this resonated. Comment down below. Tell me what's going on with you. Subscribe if you haven't already. And I hope to see you next week. Bye.